Hey guys, after 750 million resources, I've finally gone from Legos to lavas. It's been an amazing journey, and I want to share it with you, and I want to show you how you can do it most effectively too.
Here we go. Yo!
Hi, my name's Daddy, and I farm. So I wanted to share with you how I've managed to finally do all of my Legos to lavas. I've never ever spent 1 cent on anything to do with my base around resources. I might have sped up the occasional build when I wanted to go to bed and stuff like that, but really it's all been farmed. So I'm going to give you my top 3 most efficient golden elixir farming strategies. In at number 1 for cheapness, in terms of how cheap it is, it's got to be BArch. So BArch is a relatively slow build, but it's certainly the least expensive. I think for me it's 66,000 elixir. So what you're doing with BArch is you're using the Barbarians to tank, and you're using the archers to destroy. So I tested the clan castle. There's nothing in the clan castle, so I'm going to pop in 2 barbarian clusters, and then the archers behind. As you can see, the archers are being totally protected because the barbarians are taking the defensive power against them. That makes sense. Right, so this is a really badly designed base, but there's lots of badly designed bases out there, and that's what a farmer does, is they exploit weaknesses. So we've triggered all those obvious traps there. Fortunately, my king's alive, otherwise we wouldn't be able to get so deep. So a lot of the resources are in the storages here. So I'm just gently feeding in the barbarians so that they're not all bunching together, because it's obviously going to put a big bomb in the middle there. So just there we go. There goes one. I've lost a few, but I've still got plenty more in the kitty. So getting into the core, I'm going to pop the king into the core because he's going to target the core, and those barbarians around him are also going to get influenced by the circle of rage. So there we go. Let's get that going quickly. So speed is really important here now. We've got critical mass. Swarming barbarians are pretty much unstoppable until you come across a big bomb. There we go. So I've got 29%. I've got pretty much 75% of the resources, something like that, of the gold that there was. There's still some elixir in there, but it's not too bad. We'll get what we can. We can't target more troops right into the core there because they'd go around the side. So now we're thinking 33%. We've got to go and take some of the... We've got to get the loot bonus, because the loot bonus is really important, especially when you're up quite high. I think Crystal 2, maybe Crystal 3. So that 50k of resources either way is really going to be good. So take out the last few buildings, 40%, 45%, and they're very weak defences. So my level 7 BArch is really just destroying them. There we go, 50%. I got a ton of resources. Now the whole idea about farming is efficiency. You have to be out there raiding a lot, and the more you don't get any loot by sitting there waiting for your troops to build. You get a little bit in the pumps and mines drills, but for farming you want to be out there. It's much more efficient to be out there as much as you possibly can. So it's always a balance between efficiency, cost to build, and time to build. So the second best strategy, if you like, well, certainly the best strategy for time is BAM, because that means you've got 2 dark barracks working, you've got 2 barracks working on archers, you've got 2 barracks working on barbarians. It's the most efficient as far as time is concerned. So this is BAM. So what are we looking for? We're looking for clan castle troops. Okay, there's nothing in the clan castle there. So now we're seeing where is the resources located. There's not that much in the storages. And where are the defences? So the defences are pretty weak here because, well, not only because of the level, but because of the base design. He's got his mortars right close to the edge there, so they're within reach. It's totally the wrong way around. He should have put his wizard towers on the outside and the mortars further in. So we're going to take out those mortars as much as we can, because mortars are a sworn enemy of tier 1 ground troops like barbarians and archers. I'm going to work away at the outlying defences with the archers, so that when I throw the minions in, they're going to go to the storages. So barbarians through. Now the thing with BAM is you don't have any wall breakers, so you have to burrow through the walls. And his walls aren't too bad actually. Crystal walls are okay. So take out the king there. He's being a bit of a distraction. I'm better if I take him outside of the walls, so that there's less sits outside of the way of that crossbow. Okay, so where else is there resources? So throw in the minions, just a very light touch of minions, so that they trigger off any air mines, and then throw in a swathe of minions going across those four storages there to the northwest corner. Take out what I can with those. I've got 46 barbarians left, so I'm going to think where can I use those most effectively. So that's going to be getting to a storage where there isn't quite so many defences to take them out. We're going to let the last minions work there. Okay, so barbarians. What I'm thinking is 44%. Not only do I want the resources, I also want the loot bonus. So I'm going to put in 2 lines of barbarians, one to burrow through the wall, and the other 2 barbarians to distract the defences, if I can. And watch those barbarians burrowing through the wall. There we go. Okay, so it's 48% to get to the loot bonus. So I'm pretty much guaranteed of getting those two, the other 2 buildings. There we go. Actually, I only needed 1 building. And I'm burrowing through on the corner there, and I'm hoping that the barbarians are going to turn in towards that cannon so that I can get to those 2 lovely storages there. There we go. Okay, the barbarians are going through. Now, this is the problem. While they're burrowing through, they're also being defended by the cannon. So, oh good. Okay, so more barbarians will come up. Take the Larrys out. There you go. You can do it. Let's get through those walls, and we can get to the storages, but unfortunately we're just in the way of some serious defences there from the crossbow and the wizard tower, so it's not going to be. So we got the loot bonus, we got some of the loot, there we go, 88,000 gold, got the loot bonus, so we scored 128,000 in that raid. My favourite attack strategy, because I'm not on all the time, is adding in 8 wall breakers. So on your 4 normal camps, you pop in 2 wall breakers in each build, and that's a 17-minute build time, 17.5-minute build time, which means you can get, what, 4 raids in, about 3 or 4 raids in an hour. It's pretty good, because I log on and off. So this, for me, is the correct balance, because I need those wall breakers to get my ground troops inside the walls. Okay, so we've got quite a tough Town Hall 9 here. We've got a lot of loot that's in the core. It's going to be worthwhile using a spell here for the core loot. But first of all, let's just get the loot bonus, let's take out the Town Hall. I'm going to be mindful about where the clan castle is as well. So I don't really want to trigger off that clan castle and cause complications. So let's just throw in 1 wall breaker to see if there's any troops. So there appears to be no troops coming out of there because it didn't trigger. So let's take out the outlying buildings. I'm going to be mounting my main attack from the northeast here, and I'm going to be trying to punch through to that loot. So very poorly located mortar. Let's take that out. He's lost 1/4 of his mortar power there just by placing it the wrong way. Now I've taken out those outlying buildings, so I'm going to be popping some wall breakers to get through to the core. There we go. Probably should have just dropped 2 because it was right in the way of that mortar there, but hey, it doesn't really matter, we all make mistakes. So the barbarians are going through into the core. I'm going to try and punch my way through so I can divert the troops. I'm going to see if I can get those barbarians to jump over onto that, to swarm over to that wizard tower, but it's looking a little bit unlikely now because they're not really heading that direction. Okay, there's one barbarian is distracting the wizard tower, which probably saved my troops there. So I'm going to pop rage in the core, and I want to get those minions raging. It's worthwhile using the clan castle for this one because it's such a good loot potential there. I'm not really looking for the dark elixir in this. So if you care about dark elixir, use BArch. If you care about gold and elixir, use BAM, or use BAM with either variant with wall breakers. There we go. So we got a ton of loot. We got the loot bonus, and that's always a good raid. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope this has been useful, and thank you for being here on my journey. Take care. Bye for now.